Hey, what's up vinyl lovers? My name's Brian, and today I'm here with another wonderful tutorial on how to clean your records. Now, if you're just tuning in, this is actually a series that I made that's all about cleaning your records using the wood glue method. So I suggest you guys go and watch that if you're interested. Today, this is all about cleaning the jackets and the outer covers of the record and getting them into pristine condition before we stick the clean record back inside, because there's no point of doing the whole wood glue process if you're just gonna stick it back in a dirty case. So this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to clean the jackets, fix the spines, and it's really simple. You're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need some simple green and some microfiber cloths. Now, I don't dilute the simple green, I just use it straight up. And I have a few microfiber cloths, one to actually clean the record and the other one to dry it after we're done. And of course, you want a flat surface that you can actually do the cleaning on. And so just a couple of reasons why we want to do this. First of all, these records aren't in the greatest condition. I bought them at thrift stores and other record stores. They're a little beat up, but when we go ahead and clean them, especially the white albums, you can see there's a lot of ring wear. That's usually from the records rubbing up against each other over time. This method will get rid of some of that, not all of it, but it will bring back a little bit of that original color to the vinyl cover and make it look a little bit better. And so we're gonna go ahead and freshen them up, and that way we can put them into plastic sleeves, which will give them an extra layer of protection. And I'll show you guys how to do that in the next video. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with one of these records here. Let's start with James Taylor. And yeah, it's already got a sticker right here that's really annoying. We wanna take that off. So we'll go ahead and we'll take our first rag, and you wanna just give it about 3 sprays, away from the album and not on the couch. And go ahead and just start rubbing it on there. I'm putting mild pressure on here just to really get it in there, and going in like a circular motion really helps. I'm going over this spot where that sticker is, and you can already see it starting to come off. So we'll go ahead and wipe the back of it down. You can already see some of that yellow that's from the sticker. That's already looking nice. Go ahead and turn it back over. And now that sticker should be loosened up, so we can actually use our finger and just start to pull it back and just slowly work it. And because it's wet, you just peel it right back. And there you go, that sticker's off of there. I don't know if you could tell, it does give it a little bit more of a shine. Obviously the sticker's off there now, and there's no stickiness on there whatsoever. So we'll set that one over there. And we'll get the next one. Now this one's a white album, it's Al Stewart, so you're gonna probably see a big difference with this one. So now let's clean the inside of the gatefold. Now I'm not gonna spray this again because it's still a little damp. I'm gonna quickly just wipe this down. So now I'm gonna take my drying rag and I'm just gonna give it a quick dry. Just get rid of any moisture that might be in there. And just to be safe, I'm gonna set this over here to dry, but I'm not gonna close it all the way. I'm actually gonna leave it open about that far, so that way the air can get to it, just in case there's any moisture or whatever, it's not gonna stick together when I close it. Yeah, that's already made a lot of difference. I mean, definitely brings up a nice little shine to the record. You can see a difference. There was a lot of ring wear right there. That's now virtually gone. So yeah, this record already looks 50% better than what it did. Let's find one here that's pretty beat up. All right, the Doobie Brothers. This one, I've had this for a very long time, and as you can see, it's the whole thing is just pretty much like split. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clean this up first, and then I'm gonna get some tape, and we're gonna seal the top and the bottom off. This record probably hasn't been cleaned since it was first released, so we're doing the Doobie Brothers a favor. A fun fact about this album, the bridge that's featured on the front cover is actually in Santa Clarita. You can tell this area is actually Santa Clarita, and it still actually looks like that today. You can see a little bit of difference. Cleaned it up a little bit. So now we got the issue of this. The top and the bottom both just completely came apart. And the quickest way to fix this is, you guessed it, tape. I use photo safe tape. You can buy this at Staples. They come in 3 packs. This is great, obviously, for scrapbooking. And so we'll go ahead and we'll start with the bottom of the record. Now, you guys probably don't need me to show you how to do this. You can figure it out. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the tape and we're gonna go about the whole length of the album. Cut a piece off. And you wanna have about half of it hang over the album and get it as close to the edge as you can. Just kind of run your fingers across, make sure it's down there. And then we'll go ahead and flip it over. And then just carefully we'll take and we'll flip the other side over and then just take your finger and run it across there and just pull it back. So that way, you know, it's nice and even. Run your fingers across it a few times to make sure it's sealed. And yeah, that'll take care of the bottom seam. So that way, you know, the record's not gonna come out of there. So once you've done the bottom, do the top, and that record's ready to go. All right, guys, so we've cleaned up all of our albums and we've separated them into 2 piles. Now, this pile here, the spines actually look pretty good, so we're gonna move this off to the side and consider these done for now. And we've got this pile here, and as you can see, the spines are a little worn. You can hardly tell what the album is, and it's just not really good if you're trying to thumb through and find something to listen to, and you just skip over these because you can't read them. So what we're gonna do, and I'm sure you guys have probably figured this out by now, we're gonna recreate the spines using Photoshop. We're gonna create little thin strips and just type the name on there. So I've actually done 2 of them already just to show you guys kind of what the process looks like when it's done. Before you couldn't tell there was anything on there, you couldn't make out the album name, but now you actually can. It's obviously not gonna fit the entire length of the record, but it's gonna come pretty close. Well, some people are like, oh no, I don't wanna do that, I don't wanna mess up my records, you know, you're gonna totally tell. I just wanna show you guys a quick experiment here. Take a look at this shot of my records. Now, if just by first glance, can you see any album that sticks out as you know, having some Photoshop strip of paper stuck on the back side of it? Maybe some of you could spot it pretty quickly, but for the most part, they blend in pretty well. But it's not gonna do anything to make your albums look bad. As a matter of fact, it's gonna help you find them faster. So right here, we've got about 9 records that we're going to do. But we're gonna switch over to the computer, and I'm gonna show you guys how we go ahead and make the spines. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is launch Photoshop, and then we're gonna go ahead and load up the template that I've already made, which is called Record Spines. So we're just gonna take this template and we're gonna update it with the albums that we have currently. I usually try to look at the original color of the spine and try to match that as best I can. And in some cases, you might have a couple different colors on there, and if you're Photoshop savvy, you can go ahead and add a gradient to it and just kind of, you know, make it look as good as possible. But don't get too crazy. This is just so you can see the album name. So we're gonna go ahead and just update this template. It's a little hard to type it sideways. Just make sure it's spelled correctly. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just trying to give it a little bit of character. And now that these are done, what I'm gonna do is actually turn off the other records that were previously done. And now I've just got the ones that I need. All right, so now we'll go ahead and print this. And I usually use some photo paper just because it's glossy and it has durability to it. So we'll go ahead and we'll print this. All right, guys, so now that we've printed off our spines, we're ready to cut them out and tape them onto the labels. So for this, you're just gonna need a little glue stick, some photo-safe Scotch tape, and a pair of scissors. And it's real simple. We're just gonna cut them along the lines and we're gonna tape them down. Essentially, there's your spine. It's wide enough that it's gonna cover that. And you can already see right there that it's gonna look so much nicer. So we'll go ahead and we will apply it to the first record here so you can see how it's done. Make sure it's flat across right there. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So now we're gonna take some tape and we're gonna go about the length of the album. And we'll just start on one side, about halfway. Actually, not even halfway, maybe like a quarter of the way. And we'll tape it down. Now, this is the tricky part. So you're gonna wanna, like, before you go all the way down on the other side, you wanna make sure it goes evenly across the spine itself. So you're gonna take this and you're just gonna kind of push it down flat. And there's still a bit of tape left over that's gonna come on the other side, but this is now completely covering the paper. So now we can go ahead and then you wanna pull it, so that way, there's a little bit of overlap. That's just gonna kind of pull over to the other side of the record. And so in order to do that, you kind of wanna pinch it a little bit. Now you can see, you can actually read it. So Pat Benatar is good to go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of these. And in the next video, I'm gonna show you guys how to put these in plastic sleeves. And that's just gonna give them an extra layer of protection and keep them from getting any ring wear. So that's gonna be the next video. I appreciate you guys watching this. Hopefully you learned some cool stuff. So stick around and hopefully you're enjoying these, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.